Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025. We'll look back on Monday Night Football from yesterday and we'll preview and pick the Christmas games for Christmas Thursday. College football, college basketball, NBA, NHL, soccer on this day, news and notes, and best bet. We'll begin with the NFL. Monday Night Football last night. It was a fun game until the 49ers broke it open as they run away with this one. 48-27, big win for the Niners, 11-4 on the year. Colts dropped to 8-7. Phil Rivers actually wasn't terrible. 25 of 35, 277 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. He looked better than he did against the Seahawks. And Brock Purdy was outstanding. 25 of 34, 295 yards, 5 touchdowns, and a pick. He has to be in consideration for MVP, in my opinion, now. And then we'll look at the Christmas. So obviously we have 3 games, 6 teams playing, and unfortunately that's a lot of backup quarterbacks. So 1 o'clock on Netflix, Cowboys Commanders. My line is the Cowboys by 8.5, total 53 and a 20th. And it might be Josh Johnson, it might be Marcus Mariota, but there's not really a difference in my opinion. 7 and 50.5. I like the over. I think if it's Mariota, I like the over a lot. But a fun one to do is like Cowboys minus 10.5 for sure. But Cowboys would be a good teaser leg with somebody on Christmas. So right now the pick will be the over. 4:30 on Netflix, Lions Vikings. My line is Lions by 2, total 48 and 3/10, and it's 7 and 43.5. Wow, that line went up because of Brosmer. I like the Vikings getting 7, even though it's Max Brosmer. That is just way too high. And the Lions have injuries galore as well. And then 8:15 on Prime Video, Thursday Night Football, Christmas edition, Broncos Chiefs. Everybody thought this was going to be for the AFC West before the year. Now it's not, obviously. Broncos 12.5, total 42 and 19/20, and it is indeed 12.5 and 36.5. I love the over. I know it's the third string on Kansas City, but that total is extremely low. I think the Broncos can do that by themselves, and maybe in spite of it being a short week, you get some reps with the offense, and maybe I'll put it this way. If the Broncos win 34-10, that's a winner. So I like over 36.5, and I'm going to announce this now. None of these picks are going to be in Fab 5 because of the injury uncertainty, but I do love the Vikings plus 7 and Broncos over 36.5 in that game. Broncos Chiefs over 36.5. I absolutely love those picks, but I'm not going to put them in the Fab 5. I'll include the Saturday games and then the Monday night game in it, though. So enjoy your Christmas games, everyone, even though it's not what we wanted before the year. Now I'm going to recap the college football from yesterday and look ahead to today and tomorrow. So yesterday's bowl game, Washington State over Utah State 34-21 in the Idaho Potato Bowl. Wazoo finishes 7-6. Utah State finishes 6-7. All right, we have 3 today and 1 tomorrow. 2 o'clock, ESPN, Toledo, Louisville. It's the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl. My line is Louisville by 4, total 47 and 11/20. And it is 11.5 and 44.5. I'm going to take Toledo getting 11.5. That's way too many points. 5:30 ESPN, the New Orleans Bowl, Western Kentucky, Southern Miss. My line is Western Kentucky by 3, total 55 and a fifth, and it's Southern Miss 2.5, total 58.5. I'm going to go the other way. Take Western Kentucky plus the 2.5 and plus 106 to win the game straight up. At 9 o'clock on ESPN, the Frisco Bowl, UNLV, Ohio, the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. My line is UNLV by 4.5, total 58 and 3/20. And it's 6.5 and 65.5. I am going to take the under. I think that total is too high. And then on Christmas Eve, a tradition like no other, the Hawaii Bowl, the 8 o'clock on ESPN, Cal and Hawaii. So Hawaii's in the Hawaii Bowl this year for the first time in a while. My line is Cal by 1, total 51 and 13/20, and it is Hawaii 1.5, total 51.5, so very close in projection. I'm going to take Cal plus the 1.5 and even money outright. I don't feel good about it, but that is going to be the pick that I give out. Now we'll recap the college basketball from yesterday and look ahead to today, which is a very small window. And then just an FYI, no college basketball the next couple of days after today. And then obviously we back at it on Saturday. Fordham over New Haven, 65-47. Number 23, Georgia over West Georgia, 103-74. Towson over Sacramento, 72-47. Butler over NJIT, 101-52. Denver loses at Tulsa, 90-85. Seattle over UTSA, 71-68. South Carolina over SEC, 95-70. SIU Edwardsville over Western Illinois, 66-61. Abilene Christian over Texas Southern, 75-68. Santa Barbara over Portland, 79-61. Number 21, Virginia over American, 95-51. Indiana over Siena, 81-60. Georgetown over Coppin State, 97-67. Sun Bowl consolation game, UTEP over North Dakota State, 76-66. LSU over Prairie View, 104-90. Temple over Princeton, 65-61. Rice over Eastern Michigan, 70-64, so best bet was a winner. Florida State over Jacksonville, 87-63. Coastal over St. Joe's, 68-62. High Point over Bryant, 93-47. West Virginia over Miss Valley State, 86-51. Syracuse over Stonehill, 77-48. Rhode Island over Northeastern, 85-77. Duquesne over Canisius, 103-59. VC over Rider, 179. BC over Florida, or Fairleigh Dickinson, 72-61. Number 12, North Carolina over East Carolina, 99-51. Number 17, Kansas over Davidson, 90-61. Number 20, Illinois over Missouri, 91-48. Memphis over Alabama State, 88-67. Texas Arlington over Oral Roberts, 69-57. Wisconsin over Central Michigan, 88-61. Grand Canyon over IU Indy, 91-78. Texas over Maryland Eastern, 94-71. Creighton over Utah Tech, 92-69. Number 1, Arizona over Bethune, 107-71. Number 10, BYU over Eastern Washington, 109-81. Sun Bowl Championship, UC Irvine over Norfolk State, 89-70. Oklahoma over Stetson, 107-54. Washington over San Diego, 86-56. Cal State Northridge over Sacramento State, 188. And St. Mary's over Northern Iowa, 63-58. Okay, now we'll look ahead to today's games. 1 o'clock, we have Green Bay against Campbell. My line, Campbell 1 3/4. And it is I'm sorry, this game's actually on at 12. Trying to find the line for this game. Bear with me, guys. Okay, I found it. Campbell 5.5 total, 148.5. I'll take Green Bay plus the 5.5. Next up, Binghamton and Army. That game is also at noon. The line for this one is So I have Binghamton 2.5, and it is Army 11.5. Total 142.5 or 140.5. I'll take Binghamton plus the 11.5 and plus 450 to win the game straight up. And then on the SEC network at 1 o'clock, Bellarmine against Kentucky. My line is Kentucky by 30. And it is 36.5 and 156.5. I'll take Bellarmine plus the points. On the Big Ten Network, Grambling, Ohio State. That's at 2 o'clock. My line for this one is Ohio State 22.5. And it is Ohio State by 28.5. Total 153. I'm going to take Grambling plus the points. Next up, FAU and UCF, which is sneakily a good game. My line for this one is FAU by... Wait, this is not correct. Did I have the wrong team listed at home? I did. So it's actually UCF by 5 3/4. I had the wrong team listed at home. So I apologize for that, guys. And then UCF is 7.5. Total is 161.5. Total's too high. I like the under. And then at 3 o'clock, Lindenwood and Missouri State. For this one, my line is Lindenwood by 10. And it is Southeast Missouri State 9.5. Total 145.5. I'm gonna take Lindenwood plus 9.5 and plus 430 on the money line. That's crazy that is that number. 4 o'clock, Big Ten Network, UC Riverside and UCLA. My line is UCLA 26.25. And it is 24.5 and 148.5. Over. 5 o'clock, Idaho and Bakersfield. My line is Bakersfield 17.25, and it's Idaho 7.5. Total 150.5. I probably did this line incorrectly because this doesn't look right. So bear with me on this one. So it is actually, my line's actually supposed to be Idaho 11.25. Sorry, guys, I screwed that line up. So I'm going to lay the points with Idaho. 6 o'clock, Morgan State, Loyola Marymount. I have Marymount 17.25, and it is 24.5, 145.5. I'll take Morgan State in the points. On Fox Sports 1, Harvard and St. John's, who's not ranked anymore, because they have 4 losses, and they've been overrated from the get-go. My line is St. John's 15.75, and it's 26.5, 145.5. I'll take Harvard. And the points. Is this game at the Garden? Probably not. No. Because I think, for some reason, I think the Rangers are home tonight. And then, I'll tell you who's not home tonight, the New Jersey Devils, because Seton Hall's playing host to Villanova on Peacock at 7 o'clock. My line is Seton Hall by 1.75, and it's 1.5, 136.5. I love the over in that game. Seton Hall's been a pleasant surprise in the Big East this year, and they look like they're headed to the tournament. Like, they only have 1 loss so far this year, which is pretty impressive for that team. So, again, no college basketball again until December 27th. And then, so on Friday's podcast, we're going to preview the weekend. Alrighty. Now we'll move on to the NBA. We'll recap the games from yesterday and look ahead to tonight. Tonight's a busy night, 14 games. And then obviously we'll preview and pick the Christmas slate as well. Okay, it's loading. Cavs over the Hornets 139-132. Celtics over the Pacers 103-95. Pels over the Mavs 119-113. Nuggets over the Jazz 135-112. Thunder over the Grizzlies 119-103. Warriors over the Magic 120-97. And the Pistons over the Blazers 110-102. Okay. We will look ahead to tonight. We have a lot of games, 14. 7 o'clock, Wizards, Hornets. My line is the Hornets 8.5 over the tanking Wizards. And it is 7 and 238.5. I'll take the over. Nets, Sixers. My line is the Sixers by 11.75. It's 10 and 218.5. Over. 7:30, Bulls, Hawks. My line is the Hawks by 1. And it's 4 and 254.5. That's not going over. I'll take the Bulls getting the 4 points on the road. Hawks have a lot of injuries. Pelicans, Cavs. My line is the Cavs by 8. It's 9, 248.5 under. Next up, Bucks, Pacers. My line is the Pacers by 2 over Milwaukee without Giannis. And it is Milwaukee 1.5. Just waiting on the total. Bear with me. Um, 1.5 and 218.5. I'll take the Pacers plus 1.5 and plus 104 to win. Raptors, Heat. My line is the Heat by 1.75, and it's 5.5, 227.5. I'll take the Raptors getting the points. That's way too many points for Miami. 8 o'clock on NBC and Peacock, Nuggets, Mavericks. My line is the Nuggets by 4.5. And it's 6.5 and 236.5. I'll take the Mavs getting the 6 in the hook. Knicks, T-Wolves. My line's T-Wolves 7.75 without Jalen Brunson. It's 7.5, 229.5. I'll take the under. No Brunson. I don't trust it. 8:30, Thunder, Spurs, which is arguably the new hot rival in the NBA. Why isn't this on NBC and Peacock? I don't know. I don't think they expected the Spurs to be good. That's my solution. My line is the Thunder by 4 3/4, and it's 6.5 and 232.5. I'll take the over, and I think the Spurs are live in this one. Although you could argue revenge spot for OKC, but I wouldn't bet on the Thunder here. Okay, next up, 9 o'clock, Lakers Suns from Phoenix. My line's the Suns by 1.5. And it is, we'll see. Suns deserve to be favored, no Luka. 4 and 228.5. I'll take the Lakers getting 4. But I don't think the Lakers will win. Grizzlies Jazz. My line is the Grizzlies by 0.5, and it is 4 and 243.5. I'll take Utah plus the points. No John Morant and no Zach Edey. 10 o'clock Magic Blazers. My line is the Magic 3.25. It's 1.5 and 231.5. I'll take the over. Pistons Kings. My line is the Pistons by a whopping 18. It's 9 and 227.5. I'll lay the 9 with the Pistons on the road. And 10:30 on NBC and Peacock. Rockets Clippers. I have the Rockets by 6. And it's 8 and 218.5. I'll take the Clippers plus the 8 points. All right, in the Christmas Day games, grand total of 5 of them each and every year. I gotta be honest with you. I think the NBA slate is better than the NFL slate with all these quarterback injuries in the NFL. Obviously, Mahomes out and Jaden Daniels out. Potentially J.J. McCarthy out. Lions not as good. But yeah, the NBA slate's better. But this game is not what we thought. At noon on ESPN and ABC, Cavs Knicks. So it's either gonna fall my projection Knicks 10.25, Knicks 10 3/4, or Knicks 9 3/4, and that's all projected without Evan Mobley. With Evan Mobley, it would have been 5.25, 6.25, or 5 3/4, depending if Mobley was there or not. And obviously, so 10.25 is if both teams have the same result tonight. Knicks win, Cavs lose. 10 3/4. Knicks lose, Cavs win 9 3/4. And it's 6 and 236.5 right now. Right now, I'm laying the 6 with the Knicks. And I'm probably going to be betting on all these games. 2:30 on ESPN and ABC, Spurs Thunder. And by the way, broadcaster-wise, it's the Ryan Rucco group on Cavs Knicks. Dave Pasch group on Spurs Thunder. Who's off tonight? The Thunder? Oh no, they play each other. That's right. They play each other. So if the Thunder win tonight, the line is 11.25, and if the Spurs win tonight, it's 10.25. And right now it's 11.5, total 233.5. The bet's the over. And it looks like Isaiah Hartenstein is back for the Thunder. 5 o'clock, ABC and ESPN, Mavs Warriors. That's a fun game. Klay Thompson back at the Bay. Warriors are off tonight. If the Mavs win tonight, it is going to be 6.25. And if the Mavs lose tonight, it's 6 3/4. And it is 7.5 and 226.5. That is another over. 8 o'clock, ABC and ESPN, Rockets Lakers. This is probably the second best game of the night. The best game of the day is Spurs Thunder, obviously. And then I'd say Rockets Lakers is second. Third, I'd say the late game. And then Cavs Knicks, obviously, 4. And then Mavs Warriors, 5. So Rockets Lakers, this is the Mike Breen, Richard Jefferson, Tim Legler group. And Lisa Salters. If both teams win or both teams lose today, the line's Lakers 2.25. Rockets win, Lakers lose, 1 3/4 in favor of the Lakers. And if Lakers win, Rockets lose, Lakers 2 3/4. And the Rockets are actually favored in this game by 4 points, still 228.5. And obviously this can change depending on Luka's availability. But if Luka's out for these games, that's another little what if. I made these lines and thinking Luka's there. So no Luka. Both teams same result is Rockets 6 in the quarter. Rockets win, Lakers lose, no Luka. Rockets 6 3/4. And Lakers win, Rockets lose without Luka. Rockets 5 3/4. So the Rockets have the minus by their name because of the Luka status. I would take Lakers +4 and +152 outright if Luka's there. But if Luka's not there, then I would probably, depending on the number, I might be on the Rockets. And if he's not there, I'll probably be on the over. And if the line's close. And then 10:30 on ABC and ESPN, T-Wolves Nuggets. No Aaron Gordon. If both teams have the same result tonight, it's Nuggets by 3. Nuggets win, T-Wolves lose 3 1/4. T-Wolves win, Nuggets lose 2 1/2. It's 5 and 237.5. I think I'm probably gonna find myself on T-Wolves +5. But if the projection spits out 3 1/4 like T-Wolves lose, Denver wins, then maybe I'll find myself on the under, because 237.5 I think is a high number for a big game like this with a playoff field with the history of these two teams. Okay, now we'll move on to hockey. We'll go over the results from yesterday, and we'll look ahead to tonight. I think today's busy because it's Tuesday. Obviously, NBA's busy tonight with there are no games being played tomorrow. In hockey, by the way, I just think it's tonight, and then they're off the next two. Lightning over the Blues 4-1, Flyers over the Canucks 5-2, Kraken over the Ducks 3-1, and the Jackets over the Kings 3-1. All right, matinee game on TNT, Penguins Leafs. So the Leafs are favored probably. Yes, -130. Pens even money, over under 6.5. -110 each way. And then Leafs -1.5 is +195. Pittsburgh +1.5 is -260. I like over 6.5 for that one. All right, 6:30 on TNT and True TV. Stars Red Wings. So TNT with a doubleheader. Maybe it's 3 games today. Who knows? Stars -126. Red Wings +104. Over under 6.5. Overs +104. Unders -128. Stars -1.5 +186. Red Wings +1.5 is -235. That's a hard one, but I'm going to do it alt total under 5.5 goals +128. 7 o'clock, Rangers Capitals from DC. Caps -162. Rangers +134. Over under 5.5. Overs -104. Unders -118. Rangers +1.5 is -192. Caps -1.5 +154. I feel like the Rangers are going to win this game, aren't they? I'm going to take the Rangers to win +134. These two teams are only separated by 3 points in the standings. And I don't think that, I don't know why the Rangers are that big of a dog. Oh, no JT Miller, but I still think they could win without him. Because the Caps team, I think, is a little vulnerable. Caps Bruins, or Habs Bruins, not Caps Bruins. Finally, the Bruins getting respect in the market. -120 home favorites. Habs even money, over under 5.5. Overs -140. Unders +112. Habs +1.5 is -60. Bruins -1.5 +205. I like the under at +112. Sabres Sens. Sens -160. Sabres +132. Over under 6.5. Overs +104. Unders -128. Sabres +1.5 is -92. Sens -1.5 +154. Tough one. I'm gonna go with the over at plus money. Devils Islanders. These two teams. Wow. So Rangers are at 40. Devils 41. Isles 42. Caps 43. division is so bunched together. It's crazy. Devils a road favorite, -134. The Isles of +112, over under 5.5. Over -138, unders +112. Devils -1.5 is +184. Isles +1.5 is -230. For this one, I'm gonna go with the Islanders as a home dog +112. I think they're gonna win. Panthers Hurricanes. So the Canes are in first in that division. Canes -142. Panthers +118. Over under 5.5. Overs -140. Unders +114. Panthers +1.5 is -10. Canes -1.5 +168. I'm gonna go with the under at plus money. 8 o'clock on ESPN Plus and Hulu. Preds Wild. Not a great game. Wild -178. Preds +146. Over under 6.5. Overs +106. Unders -130. Preds +1.5 is -70. Wild -1.5 +138. I like an alt under in this one as well. Alt under 5.5 at +120. 9 o'clock TNT and True TV. Flyers Blackhawks. Flyers -122. Blackhawks +102. Over under 5.5. Overs -115. Unders -105. Flyers -1.5 +198. Blackhawks +1.5 is -250. The Flyers are at 43 points, so they have the same number of points as Washington. I like the over in that game. I actually love the over in that game. I don't know why it's that low. Excuse me. Mammoth Avalanche. Also at 9. Avs -260. Mammoth +210. Over under 6.5. Overs even money. Unders -122. Mammoth +1.5 is -118. Avs -1.5 is -104. Over even money. Over in Avs games is like automatic. Flames Oilers. Oilers -160. Flames +132. Over under 6.5. Overs -120. Unders -102. Flames +1.5 is -184. Oilers -1.5 +148. I'm gonna go with the over at -120. It's a rare over at that number. 10 o'clock Sharks Golden Knights. Vegas -10. Sharks +172. Over under 5.5. Overs -138. Unders +112. Sharks +1.5 is -48. Vegas -1.5 +120. I'm gonna do alt total over 6.5 +118. And last but not least, Sharks Kings. The Kings have fallen off a little bit. They're -240 home favorites. Kraken +95. Over under 5.5. Overs +102. Unders -124. Kraken +1.5 is -138. Kings -1.5 +112. I like the over at plus money. So there's no NHL games until Saturday. All right. Now we will do soccer. We'll go over yesterday and then we'll look ahead to tomorrow and Christmas and all that jazz. So yesterday, EPL Fulham over Nottingham 1-0. La Liga Española over Athletic Club 2-1. Supercopa Napoli over Bologna 2-0. And then today, Carabao Cup going on now. Arsenal Crystal Palace. A couple finals in Africa Cup of Nations. Congo DR over Benin 1-0. Senegal over Botswana 3-0. Nigeria over Tunisia 2-1. Tunisia Uganda going on right now. All right, tomorrow, Africa Cup of Nations 7:30. Burkina Faso and Equatorial Guinea. 10 o'clock, Algeria, Sudan. 12:30, Ivory Coast and Mozambique at 3. Cameroon, Gabon. And then Christmas Day, we just have the Pro League, 9:50, Al Fayed and Al Hazim, 12:30, Al Raida and Al Etifak, and Niam SC and Al Najma. Anything Friday morning? Ooh, ELC Friday morning. 7:30, Birmingham City, Derby County. 8 o'clock, Millwall, Ipswich Town. 10 o'clock, Coventry City, Swansea City, Leicester, Watford, Middlesbrough, Blackburn, Norwich City, Charlton Athletic. Oxford, Southampton, Portsmouth, Queen's Park. Sheffield Wednesday, Hull City, Stoke City, Preston North End, West Brom, Bristol City, and 12:30 is Wrexham, Sheffield United. And then the Pro League, 8 o'clock, Al Fayed and Al Ali. 10 o'clock, Al Khalid and Al Tawoon, and 12:30, Al Halal and Al Khalij. Africa Cup of Nations, 7:30, Angola and Zimbabwe. 10 o'clock, Egypt and South Africa. 12:30, Zambia and Comoros, and 3 o'clock, Morocco and Mali. So, there you have it for soccer. Now we'll move on to, on this day, Look back on what happened on this day in 2000 in the past couple years. It's December 23rd. Probably some free agent stuff. Maybe the Odell suspension. We'll see. All right. On this day, December 23rd, 2023, Pistons extend losing streak to 26. Wow. And which is crazy because 2 years later they're the 1 seed in the East. 2013, Von Miller tears his ACL. I forgot he tore his ACL, and that was the year the Broncos made the Super Bowl and lost to the Seahawks. Their defense was atrocious in that Super Bowl. 2019, Seahawks signed Marshawn Lynch out of retirement. I kind of remember that. 2017, Steelers released James Harrison. Didn't he unretire too? 2020, Arizona hires Jed Fish. 2012, Andrew Luck sets rookie passing yards record. 2022, Blue Jays acquired Dalton Varsho. Also 2022, Alex Ovechkin moves to second all-time goals list. 2013, Tony Romo out for the year. 2022, DJ Ugalele transfers to Oregon State. 2019, Jazz acquired Jordan Clarkson. In 2012, the Indians signed Nick Swisher. I knew there was a random like ex-Yankee free agent signing on this day because I remember it was like the day before Christmas Eve that they signed Swish. Okay, now move on to the news and notes for today. We have a lot to get to. The Warriors are not punishing Dre as Green cleared the air with the GM after the viral exchange with Steve Kerr. As that went viral yesterday. The Nets are shopping Michael Porter Jr. Jake Fisher reports Brooklyn is willing to listen to offers on Porter and other players. Giants defensive line coach Andre Patterson reveals that he has prostate diagnosis. That's very sad. Hopefully he gets well soon. Bijan Robinson and Jackson Smith-Njigba among players that got salary increases because of Pro Bowls. Pro Bowl rosters revealed. The quarterbacks, AFC was Josh Allen, CJ Stroud. I forget who the other one was. In the NFC, it's Sam Darnold is in there. Dak Prescott. And I forget who else. Cards head coach changes 50-50. Tom Brady's Vegas roles question, as James Palmer says everyone has their eye on Tom Brady with Pete Carroll potentially out. John Harbaugh addresses job security amid dwindling playoff hopes. That's fascinating. If he's fired, that is a Giants option. I'm telling you that right now. I know we're talking about Mike Tomlin on this podcast. Mike Tomlin might have saved his job for another year because they're going to have another winning year. They clinched it the other day. But if John Harbaugh's out, he should be the guy for the Giants. Either him or Tomlin. You can't go wrong with either of them. But if Tomlin stays and Harbaugh's out, Harbaugh has to be the guy for the Giants. Because I think John Harbaugh in a new place, I think, would rejuvenate a little bit. You know? So Austin Reeves is back tonight against the Suns. That's good news for the Lakers. JJ McCarthy out for the Christmas game. Max Brosmer to start. That's not great. That just came down right now. George Kittle says that he got hip dropped as he felt illegal tackle caused ankle injury during Monday Night Football. Lindsey Vonn makes the Olympics as she makes 5th games after coming out of retirement, so that's pretty cool. So Darren Peterson's family is holding him out, as Bill Self says that his family is waiting until he's 100% to return. Ty Simpson's draft stock is rising. Casey Concepcion declares for the NFL draft. That's the star wideout on Texas A&M. We'll talk more Pro Bowl stuff later in the week. Bryce Harper is joining Team USA. So he broke news on Instagram. Matthew Stafford's advice to Puka Nacua about Puka complaining to the officials. He goes, well, we need all the help we can get from the Stripes, so it's not fun when he's running routes. Guys are tugging on his jersey and stuff. I don't know if he's going to get too many calls. Wow. But yeah, Draymond didn't play the final 20 minutes of that game yesterday. The Pirates signed former Padres first baseman outfielder Ryan O'Hearn, 2 years, $29 million. Sean Newcomb to the White Sox for 1 year for $4.5. I like that one for them. The Mets have some interest in Austin Hayes, the former Oriole. The Red Sox are eyeing Brendan Donovan. Why are the Red Sox always trading with the Cardinals? They get Sonny Gray, Wilson Contreras, and now they might get Brendan Donovan. That's funny. Josh Allen, team is optimistic that he'll play on Sunday despite missing walkthrough practice. The 2026 college football playoff rule impacted USC Notre Dame as Trojans decided not to renew rivalry series due to Irish's material advantage. Texas Tech's head coach called out Notre Dame, be in a conference and you're in the playoffs. Not wrong. If they're in the ACC, they probably get in. And Nico Iamaleava back to UCLA for 2026, so that is good news for them. All right, best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. So there's some stuff that I like. I really like there's a couple that jump out. Couple NBA stuff I like. And then some hockey stands out as well. But I am actually going to go with hockey for best bet. I love over 5.5 in Flyers Blackhawks. I think that is too low. I'm surprised it's not 6.5. If it's a 3-2 game, empty net wins it. That's the bottom line. So I'm going to go over 5.5 in the Flyers Blackhawks game for my best bet of the day. So there you have it for the show, and I'll be back Friday, actually, recapping everything from today, tomorrow, and Christmas, and then we'll do the Friday show. So Friday's show is going to be a monster. So I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you Friday.